chosen one. There comes a moment in every person's life when a quiet question begins to echo from deep within the soul. Why am I here? Not just to exist, not just to survive, not just to repeat the same routines day after day, but to truly live with meaning, with direction, with intention. That question is not random. It is not a distraction. It is a signal. It is the awakening of purpose calling your name. Many people move through life reacting instead of living. They wake up, follow obligations, chase expectations, meet deadlines, fulfill roles, but inside something feels unfinished. There is a sense that life is supposed to be more than this. That feeling is not confusion, it is awareness. It is the realization that you were not created by accident, and your life is not a meaningless sequence of events. You were designed with intention, formed with potential, and placed in this world carrying something that only you can release. Purpose is not something you invent. It is something you discover. It already exists within you like a seed waiting for the right conditions to grow. A seed does not struggle to become a tree, it simply becomes what it was always meant to be when given the right environment. In the same way, your purpose is not about becoming someone else, it is about becoming fully yourself. But here is where many people struggle. They think purpose must arrive dramatically, like a lightning strike of clarity, a sudden revelation, a perfectly defined mission appearing overnight. Yet most of the time, purpose unfolds gradually. It reveals itself through what moves your heart, what stirs your spirit, what frustrates you, what excites you, what you feel deeply called toward even when no one else understands. Your destiny is not a single event waiting in the future. It is a direction. It is the unfolding path of who you are becoming over time. Every experience, every challenge, every lesson, every closed door and unexpected opportunity, all of it shapes the journey. Nothing is wasted. Even the seasons that feel confusing or painful are often preparing you for the next level of growth. Think about this carefully. The greatest obstacle to destiny is not lack of ability. It is distraction. Many people never step into their life mission because they are busy living someone else's expectations. They measure success by comparison. They silence their inner calling to fit into external approval. They ignore what they feel deeply drawn toward because it feels uncertain, risky, or misunderstood. But purpose rarely feels comfortable at first. It stretches you. It calls you beyond familiarity. It asks you to grow into a version of yourself you have not yet fully met. That is why stepping into your life mission requires courage, not because the path is impossible, but because it demands authenticity. You cannot walk in purpose while pretending to be someone else. You cannot fulfill destiny while ignoring what your soul keeps whispering. And you cannot live your mission while constantly waiting for permission. The truth is, clarity often comes through movement, not waiting. Many people delay their lives because they think they must understand everything before beginning. But purpose is not revealed to the motionless. It reveals itself to those willing to take the next step, even when they cannot see the entire path ahead. Every meaningful life follows this pattern: awareness, alignment, action. First comes awareness, the realization that you were made for more. That restlessness inside you, that sense of possibility, that inner pull toward something meaningful. That is awareness awakening. Then comes alignment, the process of adjusting your choices, habits, and mindset to match who you truly are and what you are called to become. This often requires letting go of things that no longer fit your growth. Old identities, limiting beliefs, environments that shrink your vision. Alignment reshapes your life from the inside out. Finally comes action, consistent, intentional steps toward living what you were created for. Not perfection, not instant success, just steady movement in the direction of your calling. Many people want destiny, but they resist alignment. They want purpose, but they avoid growth. They want a meaningful life, but they fear change. Yet transformation is not optional if you want to live fully. Growth is the bridge between potential and reality. And here is something powerful to understand: your life mission is always connected to contribution. Purpose is never just about personal fulfillment. It is about impact. It is about how your existence makes a difference in the lives of others, in the world around you, in the environment you influence. Simply by being present, you carry something valuable, a perspective, a gift, a strength, an insight, a voice, an ability that solves a problem, fills a gap, or brings light where it is needed. Your mission is where who you are meets what the world needs. That is why ignoring purpose never truly feels peaceful. When you silence your calling, a quiet dissatisfaction remains. You may achieve comfort, stability, or even success, but something still feels incomplete. Because fulfillment does not come from doing everything, it comes from doing what you were meant to do. The journey toward destiny also requires patience. Growth is rarely fast. Becoming who you are meant to be is a process of refinement. Just as gold is purified through fire, clarity often emerges through challenge. Difficult seasons do not mean you are off track. Many times, they are shaping the strength, wisdom, and resilience required for where you are going. Your struggles are not random interruptions to your mission. They are often part of the preparation. Your delays are not always denials. They may be development. Your uncertainty is not failure. It can be transformation in progress. And perhaps one of the most important truths is this: purpose is lived daily. It is not something you arrive at once and then stop growing. It is expressed through how you think, how you act, how you treat others, how you use your time, how you respond to challenges, and how you remain faithful to who you are becoming even when no one is watching. Destiny is not just about the big moments everyone sees. It is built through small, consistent choices made in ordinary days. Every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you choose courage over fear, every time you choose authenticity over approval, every time you choose persistence over quitting, you are stepping deeper into your life mission. There will be moments when doubt appears, moments when the path feels unclear, moments when progress seems slow or invisible, but uncertainty does not mean you are lost. Often, it means you are evolving beyond who you used to be. And transformation always feels unfamiliar at first, so if you feel a stirring inside you, if you sense that your life holds meaning beyond what you have experienced so far, if something within you refuses to settle for ordinary existence, pay attention to that voice. It is not trying to confuse you, it is trying to guide you. Your purpose is not somewhere far away. It is already woven into who you are. Your destiny is not waiting for the perfect time. It unfolds as you move forward, and your life mission is not reserved for a special few. It is the natural expression of living fully aligned with what you were created to become. You are not here by accident. You are not here without direction. You are not here without significance. You are here with purpose. You are moving toward destiny, and your life mission is waiting to be lived, one intentional step at a time. There is a powerful shift that happens the moment you stop searching for purpose outside yourself and begin cultivating it within. Many people spend years believing that meaning is hidden somewhere far away in a perfect opportunity, a specific career, a future achievement, or a moment when everything finally makes sense. But purpose is not a destination you arrive at, it is a state of alignment you live in. It grows stronger when your inner world and outer life begin to move in the same direction. Most people are not lost because they lack direction. They are lost because they are divided within themselves. One part of them wants growth, another part fears change. One part desires impact, another part clings to comfort. One part hears the call of destiny, another part listens to doubt. This inner conflict drains energy, delays decisions, and creates the illusion that life is unclear. But clarity often comes when you resolve the battle inside your own mind. You cannot step fully into your life mission while negotiating with fear every day. Fear will always offer reasonable excuses. Wait a little longer, prepare a little more, play it safe, avoid risk, stay where things are predictable. And on the surface, these suggestions seem wise. But over time, they quietly disconnect you from growth. They shrink your vision until your world becomes limited to what feels safe rather than what feels meaningful. Purpose requires expansion. Expansion of thinking, expansion of courage, expansion of belief in what is possible for your life. And this is where many people misunderstand destiny. They imagine destiny as something guaranteed, something that will happen automatically if it is meant to be. But destiny is not passive. It is participatory. It responds to your willingness to act, to grow, to become. Your future is not only shaped by what is planned for you, it is shaped by how you respond to what is placed before you. Every opportunity is an invitation. Every challenge is a test of alignment. Every decision is a step toward or away from who you are meant to become. That means your daily habits matter more than occasional inspiration. Motivation is powerful, but it is temporary. Vision is important, but it must be supported by discipline. Many people feel deeply inspired about their purpose, but they fail to build the structure that allows that purpose to be expressed consistently. Your life mission is not sustained by emotion, it is sustained by commitment. Commitment to growth when progress feels slow, commitment to learning when mistakes happen, commitment to showing up even when results are not immediate, commitment to becoming the person your purpose requires you to be. Because here is a truth many overlook: purpose demands preparation. The life you are meant to live requires a certain level of strength, wisdom, emotional maturity, and resilience. If those qualities are not yet fully developed, life will present experiences that build them. That is why you may face situations that stretch your patience, challenge your confidence, or push you beyond your comfort zone. These moments are not random obstacles. They are shaping your capacity. They are preparing you to carry responsibility, influence, and impact without collapsing under pressure. Growth always precedes expansion. Think about how nature works. Before a tree rises high above the ground, its roots grow deep below the surface. The stronger the foundation, the greater the height it can sustain. In the same way, your unseen growth, the inner transformation no one applauds, is what allows your visible destiny to stand strong. And yet, one of the greatest frustrations people experience is feeling like their progress is invisible. They work on themselves, they try to change, they push forward, but results seem distant. During these seasons, it is easy to believe nothing is happening, but transformation is often silent before it becomes visible. Your mindset shifts before your environment changes. Your identity evolves before your circumstances reflect it. Your capacity expands before your opportunities multiply. This hidden phase is not wasted time, it is essential development. It is where discipline forms, clarity deepens, and conviction strengthens. Without this stage, success would arrive faster than your ability to sustain it. Another important part of living your purpose is learning to trust your unique path. Comparison is one of the most destructive forces against destiny. When you measure your journey against others, you distort your perspective. You either feel behind or pressured or inadequate or rushed. But purpose is not a race. It is a personal unfolding. No one else has your exact experiences, your exact perspective, your exact combination of strengths, lessons, and insights. That means your timeline will not match anyone else's, and it is not supposed to. Some people discover direction early. Some discover it after hardship. Some discover it through loss. Some discover it through exploration. Some discover it gradually, step by step. None of these paths are wrong. What matters is responsiveness, your willingness to learn from what life reveals to you. Your experiences are not just things that happen to you, they are messages that shape you. Every moment carries information about who you are becoming. What matters to you, what energizes you, what drains you, what feels aligned, and what does not. When you begin paying attention, life becomes a teacher guiding you toward clarity. But awareness alone is not enough. At some point, purpose requires expression. It must move from idea to action, from potential to reality, and expression often begins imperfectly. Your first attempts may feel small, your early steps may feel uncertain, your progress may feel slow, but movement creates momentum and momentum creates transformation. Waiting for perfection delays destiny. Action creates refinement. Every time you try, you learn. Every time you learn, you improve. Every time you improve, you align more deeply with your mission. And over time, something powerful happens. Your confidence no longer depends on external validation. It comes from inner alignment. You begin to trust yourself more. You begin to recognize that fulfillment does not come from applause, approval, or recognition. It comes from living in integrity with what you know you are called to do. This inner stability is what allows you to move in when others do not understand your path. Because not everyone will understand your purpose. Some people only understand what is familiar to them. When you step outside expectations, you may face misunderstanding, doubt, or even resistance. But remember, your life mission is not determined by public agreement. It is guided by inner conviction. There will be moments when the path feels lonely, moments when results are not visible, moments when giving up feels easier than continuing. But those are often the very moments when persistence matters most, because destiny is not shaped in easy seasons, it is forged in the decision to keep going when quitting feels justified. Resilience is not just endurance, it is faith in movement. It is the belief that every step forward, no matter how small, is shaping something meaningful, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. And perhaps one of the deepest realizations in the journey of purpose is this: fulfillment is not found only at the end of the path. It is experienced along the way. It is present in growth, in learning, in becoming, in contributing, in evolving. The journey itself is part of the reward. When you live aligned with your purpose, life feels different. Challenges still exist, but they carry meaning. Effort still requires energy, but it feels worthwhile. Progress may be gradual, but it feels real. Even struggle becomes purposeful because it is connected to growth rather than stagnation. This is what it means to live intentionally, to wake up aware that your choices matter, your actions shape your future, and your life carries significance beyond routine survival. You are not simply passing time. You are building something. You are becoming someone. You are expressing something that did not exist before you chose to live it. And that is the essence of destiny, not a predetermined script, but a meaningful unfolding shaped by alignment, action, and growth over time. So wherever you are right now in your journey, whether you feel clear or uncertain, confident or searching, inspired or waiting, understand this: movement toward purpose is always possible. You do not need perfect clarity to take the next step. You only need willingness. Willingness to listen inward, willingness to grow forward, willingness to trust the process of becoming, because your life mission is not just something you discover once, it is something you live continuously. Every day you choose alignment, you strengthen it. Every day you act with intention, you express it. Every day you grow, you move closer to the fullest expression of who you were created to be. And the journey is still unfolding. At some point in the journey of discovering purpose and moving toward destiny, a deeper realization begins to form. Living your life mission is not only about what you do, it is about who you become while doing it. The external expression of purpose is only the surface. Beneath it lies a continual transformation of identity, belief, and perspective. You are not just building a meaningful life, you are being reshaped by the process of living it. Many people think purpose will eliminate struggle, confusion, or difficulty. They imagine that once they discover their true path, everything will suddenly feel clear and effortless. But the opposite is often true. The clearer your purpose becomes, the more intentional your life must be. The more meaningful your direction, the more responsibility you carry, the more aligned you are, the more aware you become of anything that pulls you out of alignment. This heightened awareness is not a burden. It is a sign of growth. You begin noticing what drains your energy, what distracts your focus, what compromises your values, what limits your expansion. Things you once tolerated easily now feel uncomfortable because you are no longer living unconsciously. You are living deliberately, and deliberate living requires choices, sometimes difficult ones. There will be moments when you must choose growth over familiarity, truth over comfort, long-term fulfillment over short-term ease. You may outgrow environments, habits, or even mindsets that once felt normal. This can feel unsettling because growth often involves release. But every release creates space for clarity, for strength, for new possibilities that match who you are becoming. One of the greatest transformations that happens on the path of purpose is the shift from seeking validation to living with conviction. Early in the journey, many people look outward for confirmation. They want reassurance that they are on the right path, approval for their choices, recognition for their efforts. But over time something changes. External approval becomes less necessary because internal alignment becomes stronger. You begin to understand that not everyone will see what you see. Not everyone will feel what you feel. Not everyone will understand what you are building. And that is okay. Your life mission is not meant to be universally understood, it is meant to be authentically lived. When you stop needing constant validation, your energy becomes more focused. Instead of proving yourself, you invest yourself. Instead of explaining your vision endlessly, you embody it through action. Instead of waiting to be recognized, you remain committed to becoming. This inner shift is powerful because it stabilizes your direction. When external circumstances fluctuate, when results are slow, when challenges arise, when opinions vary, your sense of purpose remains steady. You are no longer driven only by outcomes. You are driven by meaning, and meaning creates endurance. Endurance is essential because destiny unfolds over time, not instantly. The life you are building is shaped through repetition, repeated effort, repeated discipline, repeated belief, repeated commitment to growth even when progress feels gradual. Consistency may seem ordinary, but it is one of the most extraordinary forces of transformation. Small actions repeated daily shape identity. Identity shapes behavior. Behavior shapes direction. Direction shapes destiny. This means the person you become is formed through what you do consistently, not occasionally. One moment of inspiration cannot replace daily alignment. One burst of motivation cannot replace steady discipline. Purpose is sustained through rhythm, the rhythm of intentional living. And within that rhythm, another important realization emerges. Purpose is not static, it evolves as you grow. The way you express your life mission today may not be the same way you express it years from now. As your understanding deepens, as your skills expand, as your awareness increases, your impact may expand too. Growth does not move you away from your purpose, it refines how you live it. Sometimes this evolution can feel confusing. You may wonder if you are changing direction or losing clarity. But often, you are simply moving into a deeper level of alignment. What once felt like the full picture may now reveal itself as only the beginning. Purpose is layered, and each stage prepares you for the next. Think of it like walking toward a horizon. As you move forward, the view expands. You see further, understand more, and recognize possibilities you could not see before. That does not mean your earlier steps were wrong. They were necessary to reach this new perspective. This is why flexibility is important on the path of destiny. Commitment does not mean rigidity. You stay true to your core calling, but you remain open to growth, learning, and redirection when new insight appears. Life often reveals guidance progressively, not all at once. Another deep truth about living your life mission is that fulfillment is closely connected to contribution. The more aligned you become with purpose, the more aware you are of how your life touches others. You begin to see that meaning multiplies when it is shared. What you learn, create, build, or express becomes valuable not only because it fulfills you, but because it adds something meaningful to the world around you. Contribution does not always have to be grand or widely visible. Sometimes it is expressed in the way you encourage someone, the way you solve a problem, the way you create something useful, the way you lead with integrity, or the way you remain committed to growth that inspires others to do the same. Impact is not measured only by scale, it is measured by significance. And significance often begins quietly. There will be seasons when your work feels unseen, when your progress feels unnoticed, when your effort feels unrecognized. These seasons can test your commitment. They ask a powerful question: will you remain faithful to your purpose even when recognition is absent? This is where true alignment is revealed. When you continue because the mission matters, not because applause is present. When you persist because growth is meaningful, not because results are immediate. When you stay committed because authenticity is non-negotiable, not because success is guaranteed. These are the moments that strengthen character, and character is the foundation that sustains destiny. Without it, success becomes unstable. With it, even small progress carries deep meaning. Another essential part of the journey is learning to trust timing. Many people feel pressure to achieve quickly, to see results immediately, to reach milestones as fast as possible. But meaningful growth often follows a natural pace, one that cannot be rushed without weakening the foundation being built. There is wisdom in gradual development. Skills take time to refine. Understanding takes time to deepen. Strength takes time to build. When progress feels slow, it does not mean you are falling behind. It often means you are being formed thoroughly. Rushing growth may produce quick results, but steady growth produces lasting impact. Trusting timing requires patience, and patience requires perspective. When you understand that your life mission is not a short-term project but a lifelong unfolding, urgency transforms into intentional consistency. You stop trying to force outcomes and start focusing on faithful progress. And as you continue walking this path, growing, aligning, acting, evolving, something profound begins to happen. Your sense of identity becomes rooted not in external roles or temporary achievements, but in the deeper awareness of who you are becoming. You begin to see yourself not as someone searching for meaning, but as someone living it. You are no longer waiting for purpose to appear, you are expressing it. You are no longer wondering if your life has direction, you are walking in it. You are no longer questioning whether you matter, you are living in a way that creates meaning through presence, growth and contribution. And perhaps this is the most beautiful realization of all. Purpose, destiny, and life mission are not separate ideas. They are interconnected dimensions of one unfolding journey. Purpose is the inner calling. Destiny is the direction of growth. Life mission is the daily expression of both. Together they shape a life that is not accidental, not passive, not empty, but intentional, evolving, and deeply meaningful. So wherever you stand in your journey right now, understand this: you are in motion, even if progress feels slow. You are growing, even if transformation feels invisible. You are becoming, even if the final picture is not yet clear. Your life is not waiting to begin, it is already unfolding. Your purpose is not distant, it is present within you. Your destiny is not fixed in one moment, it is shaped through every choice you make. And your life mission is not something you will live someday. It is something you are living right now, with every step you choose to take forward. And when you continue walking this path long enough, another layer of understanding begins to unfold. Purpose is not only about what you are meant to achieve, it is about the legacy you are shaping through how you live. Legacy is not something that begins at the end of life. It is formed in the present, moment by moment, through the energy you bring into the world, the lives you influence, the values you embody, and the courage with which you live your truth. Every thought you nurture shapes your mindset. Every decision you make shapes your direction. Every action you repeat shapes your character, and character, lived consistently over time, shapes the impact you leave behind. Many people think legacy requires greatness in the eyes of the world, massive achievements, public recognition, visible success. But true legacy is not measured only by what is seen. It is measured by what continues because you lived. It is found in the ideas you pass on, the strength you awaken in others, the change you initiate, the example you set, and the growth you inspire simply by being fully aligned with who you are. Your life mission is not just about reaching a destination, it is about becoming a source of meaning that extends beyond yourself. This realization transforms how you view time. You stop seeing time as something to pass or spend and begin seeing it as something to invest. Every day becomes an opportunity to express purpose more clearly, to grow more intentionally, to contribute more consciously. Ordinary moments become meaningful because they are no longer random, they are part of a larger unfolding. Even the smallest actions gain significance when they are aligned with intention. A conversation becomes meaningful when it reflects truth. Work becomes meaningful when it reflects contribution. Effort becomes meaningful when it reflects growth. Persistence becomes meaningful when it reflects commitment to becoming. This is the difference between existing and living with purpose. Existence moves automatically, purpose moves intentionally. But intentional living requires awareness, deep awareness of what truly matters. Many people move through life busy but not aligned, active but not intentional. They fill their time yet feel empty. They accomplish tasks yet feel disconnected. They achieve goals yet still sense something missing. That something is alignment. Because fulfillment does not come from doing more, it comes from doing what matters most. And discovering what matters most requires honesty. Honest reflection about your values, your desires, your strengths, your limits, your calling, and the direction that feels deeply meaningful rather than socially expected. This kind of honesty can be uncomfortable, because it reveals where you have been living on autopilot, where you have been settling, where you have been postponing growth, where you have been ignoring the quiet voice within you that keeps asking for more authenticity. But awareness is liberation. Once you see clearly, you can choose differently, and every new choice reshapes your future. One of the most powerful shifts in the later stages of living your purpose is moving from fear of uncertainty to trust in unfolding. Early in the journey, uncertainty feels threatening. You want guarantees, clarity, security, predictability. You want to know that your steps will lead exactly where you hope, but over time, you realize that uncertainty is not the enemy, it is the space where growth happens. If everything were fully predictable, transformation would be limited. Expansion requires stepping into the unknown, trusting that movement itself creates new possibilities. You begin to understand that you do not need control over everything. You need commitment to forward movement. You do not need perfect clarity, you need steady alignment. You do not need certainty about the entire path, you need trust in the next step. And with that trust comes freedom. Freedom from overthinking every decision, freedom from needing constant reassurance, freedom from waiting for ideal conditions. You become someone who moves with purpose even when the full picture is not visible. This is maturity in destiny, when faith in growth replaces fear of the unknown. Another profound transformation happens when you stop separating who you are from what you do. For many people, purpose feels like something they perform at certain times in work, in projects, in specific roles. But eventually purpose becomes integrated into identity. It is no longer an activity, it is a way of being. You speak with intention, you act with awareness, you respond with wisdom, you choose with clarity. Purpose becomes woven into your presence, into how you think, how you interact, how you carry yourself, how you face challenges, how you treat opportunities, and how you continue growing regardless of circumstances. When purpose becomes identity, consistency becomes natural. You no longer force discipline. Alignment generates it. You no longer chase meaning, you live from it. You no longer question whether your life matters. Your daily actions reflect that it does. But even at this stage, growth never stops. Living your life mission is not a fixed achievement, it is a continuous expansion. Each level of growth reveals new responsibility. Each level of awareness reveals new potential. Each level of impact reveals new opportunities to contribute more deeply. There is always another layer of becoming. This ongoing expansion requires humility, the understanding that no matter how far you have come, there is always more to learn, more to refine, more to discover. Humility keeps you open. It prevents stagnation. It allows purpose to remain alive rather than rigid. And alongside humility comes gratitude. Gratitude for the journey itself. Gratitude for growth, for lessons, for resilience, for transformation, for every challenge that strengthened you, for every delay that prepared you, for every experience that shaped your understanding of who you are and why you are here. Gratitude changes how you experience the path. Instead of seeing only what is missing, you recognize what is unfolding. Instead of focusing only on distance ahead, you honor the distance already traveled. And when you reach this perspective, something beautiful happens. Peace begins to replace pressure. You are no longer racing to prove something. You are no longer chasing purpose as if it is escaping you. You are living it, breathing it, embodying it in real time. You understand that purpose is not fragile. It does not disappear when life becomes difficult. It adapts, it strengthens, it deepens. It expresses itself through resilience, through learning, through persistence, through the unwavering decision to continue becoming. And this is where your journey comes full circle. You began with questions: why am I here? What is my purpose? Where is my destiny leading? What is my life mission meant to be? You moved through growth, alignment, action, transformation, resilience, evolution. And now you arrive at awareness that purpose was never separate from you. It was always growing within you, revealing itself through your willingness to live consciously. You realize that destiny is not a distant event waiting for the perfect moment. It is shaped daily through intention. You realize that your life mission is not a single achievement to unlock. It is a lifelong expression of meaning. You realize that fulfillment is not something you chase. It is something you cultivate by living in alignment with who you are becoming. And perhaps the most powerful truth of all is this: your life does not need to be extraordinary to be meaningful. It needs to be authentic. It does not need to be perfect. It needs to be intentional. It does not need to be fully understood by others. It needs to be fully lived by you. So continue moving forward. Continue growing. Continue listening to that inner pull that guides you toward expansion. Continue choosing alignment even when. Continue expressing your gifts, your insight, your strength, your voice, your presence in ways that create meaning beyond yourself. Because your journey is still unfolding, your growth is still expanding, your impact is still developing, And every step you take with awareness, courage, and intention brings you closer to the fullest expression of your purpose, your destiny, and the life mission you were always meant to live.